Thank you, Todd, for asking me to do this again. I think I did this a year, 2 years, maybe a year and a half ago or so. And the one thing that I've added one piece of equipment since then, and I'll go into that a little bit. But thanks for giving me a chance to stand up here and talk about my passion, which is, you know, my hobby and so on, which is drones. I got into this like a lot of guys, you know, you just, somebody gave me for Christmas a little toy thing that didn't have any stabilization or anything, and you were running it into stuff, and then that led to saying, I want to get a bigger one, and I want to get a bigger one, and you know, so my graduation into the bigger one was literally this guy here, and that's kind of the model you see, you know, on the "Don't Fly Here" posters at national parks.
That's you?
So
Yeah.
that's kind of the universal drone thing, and I think you also see this a lot in these videos of combat, these things used in warfare and reconnaissance and so on. They're still mighty useful. This is the controller for that one. And then my next one was this one, and this was a game changer. And I'll go into why when I start this presentation. The technology that moved along with these things was just, you know, what about this one made it a game changer compared to that one and so on. Anyway, click the next slide, everybody. Okay, I'm going to talk about, as I said, toys to weapons, and then the enforcement concerns. You know, you have to watch what you're doing as far as policing of when you can and can't. There are a lot of people who do stupid stuff like go out and take, you know, drones when there's a forest fire out near Lake Cuyamaca or something like that. But they have an applicability to many occupations, and of course entertainment and policing. I think I mentioned the Chula Vista Police Department and policing thing later, but you're seeing more and more of it with warfare, drone technology, and application of drones with respect to that area. My experiences, as I said, from a small toy to a more serious effort to use them for photo work. Yeah, go back to that. Yeah.
You want to go to 3?
Yeah, leave it up for a second. I found this.
I'm getting dizzy.
I found this. This does a good job of listing the kind of pathways and occupations and so on. And it's obviously not all inclusive, but you can see the many things that, you know, that was in 2021 when that particular chart was made, and it's grown. I mean, I saw him the other day putting spray down on a guy had a drone putting spray on his field, and he could put more precise, more focused, less carry over into another field with his drone than he ever could before. Okay, next slide. The first one I got was this guy here. This is a DJI, Chinese-made DJI. It still has the market on drones. That spooks some people in terms of a Chinese, you know, company making these drones, and they're probably taking pictures of me. And guys like me don't care. I mean, whatever that drone picks up about me, they can have. I'm not worried about that at all. Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that, right?
No. Right. Yeah. They're the ones that they still corner the market. It's starting to change. I mean, U.S. drone makers are starting to come out with drones like this that are becoming more popular. But what this one brought to the table was two of these things up here, what they call brushless motors. I had an old one at home. I started bringing, but then it's got brush motors. They're old electric motors that are loud, and the technology's different. And this new motor called the brushless motor changed everything. I mean, in terms of reduced noise and reliability, satellite connections, GPS. At any one time, you're intercepting 10 or 15 GPS satellites with these things. Internet access is required to do what we do with them, with controllers and first-person view goggles and so on. And you can get some pretty high-quality stuff. And the gimbal-mounted camera, this apparatus under here, you can see it. I mean, that when it fires up, that thing gets rigid and, you know, but it moves, the airplane can do this, and that gimbal stays just as steady as you can imagine. And then the ability to download all that, it's stored on a disk, and then you download it to your computer, or you can edit or whatever. You saw that video a while ago that was taken in 2017, the picture of the sunrise by that white drone, and you know, I added the music. Just thought that was such a reverent warning. It was so pretty that it deserves some music, and that was another one of the things that really changed what I do. And then there's the return to home feature. I remember when Bob Davidson, a member of our church in the past, started flying these things about the same time I did, and he said, "You're going to love the RTH feature." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Return to home." He said, "Yeah, if you get confused, you don't know where it is, push the button, and it'll just take over, go up, and come back to where this is home, wherever that device is." I said, "I like that a lot." You want to hit YouTube? This is the kind of video that this works.
It's not.
I don't know. That sounds.
I need to close.
Okay,
the
I think that may
presentation.
be the same one. Yeah, if that's the same one, the thing we were running a while ago, we can just skip to the next slide. That sounds like it is. Anyway, the movie that you were watching up there while you were eating is what that was gonna show, so we don't need to see it again.
Next one.
Yeah, click the next slide. Okay. The advent of this Mavic 3 Pro, which is this around here, was, I mean, extraordinary. I mean, the things it did, you can fold the arms in, the propellers, they're not rigid, so they move like that. I mean, to me, I could fold that thing up and put it in a back pocket back and take it on an airplane, you know, which you can do. I mean, the batteries, you're supposed to get them down to 10%. It was a major improvement. It's got a telephoto lens, portability, they call it, and it made to me a major advancement. And obstacle avoidance started kicking in with that one. And that's a game changer. I mean, you're always worried about running it into a tree or something, and these obstacle avoidance capabilities will prevent that. I mean, it'll go right up to something and then just stop. You know, they're more stable. That improves the quality of the photos and so forth. The telephoto camera, though, on that one there, really, for me anyway, was a major evolution, because what I was doing at that point was flying on a tree over on Glorieta, where it's the home of about 50 blue herons that come in there every year and have babies. And I was flying over there, but I was scared to death of bothering the birds. So I was able to fly high,